Hello, and welcome to yet another completely unprofessional unboxing. Scott here, and today I'm going to be opening up what I think to be is another one of the Zine Quest items that have been still trickling in due to the pandemic and the delay of certain print issues and just everything in general. But a lot of the ones that have been delayed have been starting to arrive, and this one came some time ago, but haven't really had a time to open it up yet, just because I myself, like a lot of other people who have been dealing with the reopening of the pandemic, are completely busy again. So these things don't allow for me to do the things I want to do, such as this. But come see, come saw. Anyways, so like I said, just by the sheer size of this, and I believe this was something that was a Zine Quest item, but if not, I kind of know what it is. And let's go ahead and open it, and I'll kind of give a little bit of history behind it and kind of let you know why I backed this particular item. So, and apologies, a little bit congested. We are having a change of weather here in Southern California, and when that happens, my allergies go crazy. So if I have to pause to take a drink due to me being completely dried out, or just sound like I'm about to explode with snot, bear with me. Anyways, okay, so I don't think I'm going to need my trusty Coleman steak knife here. This is something that I think I can just kind of pinch and open. All right. And let's kind of slide this out. And this is always a good sign. I know, not a lot of people do this, but it does matter, maybe just because I'm a little bit old school when it comes to things like this, but a little bit of extra recognition, a little letter, a little postcard, whatever the case may be. This is this is professional. This is a bit of class, and always nice to see this little extra effort when it comes to things that doesn't matter if it's $5 or $500. This along with what you paid for. This is just nice to see. So, dear backer, thank you so much for your support of the Project 8 Ball Kickstarter campaign. I'm very happy with how the book turned out, and I owe it to you. I couldn't have made it without you. Enclosed is your copy of Project 8 Ball. I hope you enjoy it. If you're curious, you can see some of the other games I've written at www.hexgames.com. And if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know at leightonc@mindspring.com. Thanks again. Sincerely, Leighton Connor. So Leighton Connor is a gent that I don't know personally. We've exchanged minor, social media conversations online, whether it be through Facebook or maybe Twitter or something. But who Leighton Connor is one half of another person I know, Joshua Burnett, and they are both partners in crimes for a lot of projects that I have backed. Josh, I've gotten to know over, it's almost been 2 years now. Met him through an online game, a Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea game that we've pretty much have been playing with consistency almost at least once a week, if not every 2 weeks, minus a couple, personal vacations, getaways, illnesses, that kind of thing, for some time now. Josh is a fantastic guy. I absolutely adore and love Josh. And I have backed a couple of his projects, but usually those projects involve, in one form or another, Leighton Connor himself. And so this actually came as a recommendation from Josh. I have backed other things of Leighton's. It's, if I'm not mistaken, Akashic Titan. I believe that was an actual Zine Quest project. I think this might be a personal one of his own. And if I am anything, I am a cheerleader for my friends. I may be an old softy when it comes to things like that, but if I know you and I like you and you're a relatively, good person, I am going to not only back what you do, I'm going to promote it, I'm going to be a cheerleader. And so when Josh, who, like I said, great guy, love him, adore him, and his work recommended this, I hopped on it, no questions asked. And I know a little bit about the project. but also knowing the work that Leighton's done with Josh in producing things such as, Leopard Women from Venus, which is fantastic. Check it out. In fact, as mentioned here, Leighton's site is hexgames.com, and Josh's you can find in a variety of different ways. Goodman Games' site, Drive-Thru RPG. You can go to his BernieTheFlump.com, I believe it is, and look for his other offerings such as Crepuscular. It's another DCC adventure kind of zine. Fantastic. And likewise, I know I'm going to mispronounce it, Dragar and Dracula's. Anyways, so I back this. It's things. It just makes me feel good. I love seeing people that I know, or people that I know who they know, succeed in accomplishing wonderful projects like this. And even better when they're good. So, they don't all have to be wonderful, fantastic, perfect little projects. Just knowing that wonderful sense of accomplishment, and in knowing that people have your product in their hands, and they're taking the time to delve within your world that you created, means a lot. But even better if they spread accolades regards it. So, excuse me. So Project 8-Ball, a game of weird conspiracy. If I'm not mistaken, let's see here. Yes, one of the selling points on the Kickstarter was Project 8-Ball is a game of weird conspiracy inspired by the works of David Lynch, Grant Morrison, and Philip K. Dick. Players take turns running game sessions and work together to weave a web of mystery and wonder. That sounds like fun. Something like that where, you are playing within a game where everyone kind of takes a turn at being a game master, is going to create that atmosphere of twisted realities, mindscapes and landscapes that are indicative of, works of David Lynch, especially, Grant Morrison comic books. And without question, the grandfather, of things such as this, Philip K. Dick. So this sounds fun. This definitely sounds like something that would work well on a short campaign online, even better in person as we start to get back together in person again. But, something that, a group of 3 or 4 people could have a nice short campaign, wrap up a wonderful session of this game. And it's not going to take up a lot of time. This is me assuming based on just the description here, but the game will tell me more. But so real quick, just take a quick look in here. Let's see here. On the inside, we have the die roll summary. Yes. Okay. So you've got, I believe this is just a breakdown of the rules, which is nice. This is wonderful. Right off the bat, inside the cover, you're going to get, an idea of how the game is going to work. And it looks clear and concise. And it's one of those things where looking at it, if you're even have a minor bit of experience in role-playing games, you're going to get a general idea of how it works without even have to worry about digging through the lore or a bunch of other things. I like this. I kind of wish more, smaller games that don't have complex rules, just right in your face. This is how you work with it, and also here for easy reference. Let's see here. A little entry, kind of made up as a secret organization document here. Very good. Written by Leighton Connor and Steve Johnson. Illustrated by James Hornsby. Diogo Noguera. Sorry, Diogo. I know we all mispronounce your name. And Leighton Connor. Edited by Joshua L.H. Burnett, which is which my friend and his friend, of course, that I mentioned. Stacey Forsyth and Steve Johnson. Cartography by Josh. Layout by Leighton and Alice Connor. Safe to assume that's either his wife or sister or some other relative. And special thanks to a variety of people in here. Additional thanks to, looks like, inspirations And an extra thanks to all of the wonderful Kickstarters. Perfect. Which, personal preference, this is good enough. I mean, it's neat to see your name in the back of the books, but it's not necessary. The actual product is, as a Kickstarter, something that I'm more concerned about than just, having my name, amongst hundreds sitting in the back of a book. So, let's see here. The game. I'll just get to this real quick because I don't want this to run long, as I kind of rambled on and on at the other one regarding, the Ardarin Grimoire that I picked up. So, the game. Project 8 Ball is a game of mystery and weird conspiracy. Like the novels of Philip K. Dick, Project 8 Ball revolves around two thematic questions. What is real, and what is the nature of identity? Players explore these questions by playing mentally altered, existentially damaged agents of normalcy in a world of endless weirdness. Okay, right off the bat, immediately my first impression is going to be, okay, is this going to be something like, The Laundry, what else? Delta Green. Things such as this, which is kind of your mixture of weird and weirdness, maybe some Cthulhu mythos, maybe some abnormal aspects, a Men in Black-y type thing where you are the boundary between the weird and obscure and the craziness going out there in what is considered to be the real world, and protecting the normal people from that. But no, it's a little bit more, because when you're dealing with Philip K. Dick materials, Grant Morrison materials, it's going to take a weird, divergent existential turn into that. And I can imagine that sometimes that could be hard to convey in an RPG setting. It's obviously easier to show within the artistic aspects of comic books, and likewise in novelization of those things. And more importantly, the media, movies and TV and such. But, okay, all players work together to chart these conspiracies. Unlike games that build a wall between players and game masters, Project 8 Ball eschews the auteur theory of RPGs and tears the wall down. The old hierarchies are flattened. Very bold. Very bold, Leighton. But that is something that I look forward to seeing. Gather together a group of players and decide who will run the first session of Project 8 Ball. That person will be your first GM. For the second session, though, someone else will take the role. You will continue to rotate, with everyone getting an equal chance to manipulate the game's reality. That reality is subjective. By drawing the map, you create the territory. Working together, you and your friends will weave a web of mystery and wonder. So my assumption is, without even going into the details of the book, that there's going to be materials and there's going to be tools that are going to provide you, when it's your turn, to project what your reality is, and maybe things in here to help you create that, tables and whatnot. The book is divided into 3 sections. Part 1 is just a game, describes the character creation process and game mechanics. Part 2, everything is true, tells you how to run your first session, and includes the complete introductory adventure, the stab imperative. Part 3, nothing is real, explains how you can turn your game into a campaign, and includes the rules for a rotating GM. Fantastic. So, and we start with, all right, so this right here is going to give you an idea of what to expect. So right here, this tells me, yes, there's going to be some X-Files and flair involved. There's going to be, what was it, Warehouse 13, the Laundry Files, things such as this, where, somewhat normal, but damaged in a certain way is going to allow them to coexist within the freakiness that's going on, and it's your job to remove it or categorize it or contain it. Yes, it's a trope, but it's a wonderful trope, and the reason why it's a trope is because it's fun, and there's no problem recreating this in a different setting, using a different set of rules, because usually, regardless of how that is, it's still fun to play. There's nothing wrong with with a particular person's, Leighton's take on this weirdness that may have already been done a dozen times before, but so what? This is excellent. So just kind of just flipping through it a little bit, because I'm not going to go into too much details. Some artwork. We've got a lot of different things preparing for your first session. Character archetypes, real quick. Occultist, tech whiz, master of the martial arts, master of disguise, an alien being, killing machine, psychic, artificial human. Okay, so wonderful. These are things that people can work with. These are things that people recognize, not overly obscure, but yes, this would definitely be a set of archetypes that you would find within your standard, Grant Morrison, Philip K. Dick, David Lynch type setting. So, and I'm sure there's no problem with creating your own, as is the case with most games. And here we go. So here's the introductory adventure. Another thing. Okay, this is what? This book is maybe 100 pages long. Not necessary to put in an introductory adventure, but good on you. So many games, especially smaller ones, just will give you out. Here's your setting. Here's your rules. Now, go forth, young man. Head to the west and claim your territory and begin your new life. Myself and others tend to agree, having an introductory adventure in your game, no matter how small it is, helps so much. Helps so much. Drawing people in, giving them a little bit of an extra oomph, building that foundation that's going to allow them to build off of, rather than create, their adventure, or rather than create a house from scratch. Having the cornerstone already laid, or the foundation there, makes it so much easier to carry on within the game. And if you end up just playing the introductory adventure, at least you've had a moment to enjoy the game and decide if it is for you or not. Whereas, some of the other games who just kind of give you the building materials without, and the blueprint, but you don't really have the skills to build something, that makes it difficult. And a lot of times, that's going to be a turnoff for some people. So excellent job, Leighton. In something this size, you didn't really have to put an introductory adventure in here, but I really like this. This is a good thing, and I wish other smaller games, well, even larger games, would learn from this. Always include an introductory adventure. It doesn't even matter if it's something short. Just something that somebody who is new to your game, new to your system, can get a feeling of it. And I'm not talking about the description of play that a lot of games do, where, Bobby rolls a dice and he jumps onto the back of the horse and rides off to the sunset while, Stacy holds off the hordes of lizard men and rabid cyborgs. And then the game master, Stacy, what do you do? No, that's fine. That's helpful, but not as helpful as an introductory adventure. And here we go. Wow. Okay, those are some tights. And moving on. So here we go. The end of it. The description on the campaign. GM tips. Wait, hold on. See, that's that's where. Sorry. I'm somewhat dyslexic, and obviously have attention deficit issues and so on. But as I'm flipping through, my eyes took Wall of Faces and Monkeys with Tools for Hands. As I'm flipping through, my brain made it a wall of monkey feces. So, a little insight into my world. And moving on, that's a very Grant Morrison right there. And some more inspiration, some little things out in the back that can help you. And thank you for reading Project 8 Balls. Please consider trying some of the other games published by Hex Games, such as Elvis Mancer, a magical tradition fit for the king. Yes. Yes. I am going to check this out as soon as I'm done with this. Laser Ponies, an RPG for everybody. And what else is he offering? No, that's about it. So, excellent. So, not only have I found this Project 8 Ball game, sounds exciting. In the back, there's 2 more games that seem fun. Laser Ponies, an RPG for everybody? may or may not be my thing. I recognize that. I think that's Josh's artwork there. Elvis Mancer, though, that sounds interesting, by Steve Johnson. But we'll definitely check out both one way or another. And back cover, a little bit about Leighton, a little bit about Steve. I'm not going to go through that, though. And so, The Life You Know is a Lie. Project 8 Ball, a game of weird conspiracy. Thank you for sticking with me through this. I apologize once again for being congested. Allergies are a bitch. But check this out. Head over to hexgames.com. Check out Leighton's work. He's been involved in several different things. And likewise, check out Joshua Burnett's. JLHB Polytechnic is the name of the company that he creates under. And definitely both of them together, they make fantastic stuff. So, hope you enjoyed this yet another completely unprofessional unboxing. I am Scott, and I look forward to doing another unboxing with you soon. Take care.